Why you need a social media marketing strategy. It is not enough to simply be on social media. You need to be able to use it effectively in order to further your brand. In essence, social media marketing is a way to help you plan your goals, prepare your content, and make your life easier. In today's society, when every man and their dog, literally, are on social media, it has become more important than ever to stand out. There is an abundance of accounts, brands, and businesses online, and you'll need an effective marketing strategy in order to stand out from them. Above all, however, social media marketing is the best way to improve your brand awareness. It will then lead to things such as brand recognition and brand loyalty. But first, before you can achieve them, you need to stop what brand awareness people need to know that you exist. This is why, to begin with, social media marketing is a fantastic way of planning your business. It will help you outline exactly what you want from your accounts, exactly what content you will create, how your audience will see you, and the goals you have for your productive growth. By taking elements of traditional marketing and implementing them in a modern and a relevant way online and on social media, you'll be able to get ahead of the trends. Once you've planned and outlined your goals, social media marketing is the tool that you will use to reach them. Making sales, getting click-throughs, or whatever your goal is, are all tangible outcomes of social media marketing. They are things that you can measure and see if your marketing is working, or if it is not connecting with your audience effectively. It shows your value as a brand. It is a quantitative result of how valuable your brand is. Checking your analytics will also help you gauge how satisfied your customers and your audience is with your content. If they are interacting, if they are following through, and if they are continuing to engage in your content, by analyzing your data, you'll be able to tell. It is an easy method to know whether your content is resonating with your audience. Regular updating of your social media marketing strategy will allow you to continue to make strides towards your goals. In conclusion, social media marketing is the be-all and end-all of the success of businesses in the 21st century. Without a good quality social media marketing strategy, your brand will not have success. How to use social media marketing to gain followers. It kind of goes without saying that you'll need followers in order for your business to succeed, obviously. You could have the best content in the world, but if your marketing strategy is bad, then you'll not have the audience in order to maximize the returns from your business. In this presentation, you'll learn some quick tips for using social media marketing to gain followers. To begin, you'll need to understand your target audience and their media usage. Develop a detailed demographic outline of your ideal followers. Things that you will need to consider include their age, location, income, gender, education, interests, beliefs, and values. Standard elements of marketing. First and foremost, you need to make sure that you're on the same social media platforms as your audience. Otherwise, your followers will not grow. You should place your business in the places where the majority of your audiences exists. You can and should cross-post, but you need to target your campaign specifically to your audience on the platform. Check your competition. Understand how they connect with your dream audience and find ways to insert yourself into this arena. See also the kind of campaigns, promotions, and collaborations that they run and how or why they are effective. Good social media marketing requires a lot of introspection and a lot of analysis. This gets easier with time, but it is imperative to success. A good quantitative test of the quality of your content and the correlation that has with your follower growth is to run a specific campaign. Run your analytics before beginning and decide on some goal numbers. Do a campaign. Try something different. Put a lot of effort into it. Run your analytics afterward and see if you met your goals. New followers, interactions, click-throughs, comments, shares. Did you meet your goals? You should be using appropriate hashtags and location tags that do not spam them. Do research into the most effective hashtags Check that growth and interaction over time. You may need to update them. You'll need to use popular but not flooded hashtags. Find the medium where your audience will find you. One of the biggest tips would be that you need to interact with your followers. They need to feel like they are a part of your brand and your business, and that you're not simply using them for business purposes. The secret to social media marketing is to appear like the brand is a real person, which of course you are, but it needs to feel like you have an authentic connection with your followers and that you genuinely care for them. It is also essential that you remember that there is a difference between having a lot of followers and having followers who are engaged with your content. There is no use having an abundance of followers if that does not translate into sales. You should aim to have engaged followers who interact with your content and purchase your product. These are high-quality followers. In conclusion, the quality of followers is more important than the quantity. Aim for engaged and appropriate followers. This is how your business will grow. Top 6 benefits to social media marketing. The benefits of social media marketing are unparalleled. They're a sign of the success of your brand, which will allow you to meet your business goals and live your dream life. This presentation will outline some of the top benefits of social media marketing and how it can improve your business. 1. It will encourage you to grow your audience. There are millions of people on social media. While they're not all in your target audience, they are still online. Social media marketing and having a social media marketing strategy provides a tangible and constructive method for tracking the growth of your accounts. Having such strategies and goals in place, it is one of the biggest benefits, and it will yield measurable results. 2. It will build your brand. Social media marketing focuses on elevating brands. It separates brands from businesses and highlights them to audiences through strong marketing techniques. This is in line with brand awareness, and having good quality marketing goes hand in hand with good quality branding. It also helps brand recognition and brand loyalty, two of the hallmarks of the business. 3. It will cause you to focus on building engagement. Engagement is often more important than overall growth, and engagement is what will translate into sales. Implementing social media marketing strategies is the best way to grow your engagement and build an audience that will purchase your product. You'll need to have a two-way engagement, which means that you, the brand, need to interact with your audience as well. 4. It will build your platform. Having strong marketing campaigns is the best way to build a buzz around your business and grow your audience and get more sales. 5. It leads to increased sales. The goal of many marketing strategies is increased sales, and the same goes for social media. Having your followers engaged and then converting them to sales is one of the biggest benefits of implementing such a strategy. 6. It is often a cost-effective way of marketing. Not always, but it can be a cheaper way to market compared to print or television. Sometimes you can spend very little, a post can gain traction, and if you're very lucky, go viral, or at least go viral within your target audience. It is not always cheaper, and there are a lot of benefits to spending slightly more in order to have better content. But if you're doing it yourself, it can be very cost-effective. Having campaigns and focusing on analytics is a huge benefit and way to facilitate further growth that you may not otherwise have. Checking analytics is an easy way to see the results of specific campaigns and test which elements are working and which are not. In conclusion, you should invest in marketing methods that work for you and help you reach your audience effectively. It takes a lot of trial and error, but once you get there, social media marketing will be the biggest asset to your brand and business. 8 secrets to quality social media marketing. This presentation will share some simple, yet easy secrets that are actionable and effective to ensure that your social media marketing is high quality and causes you to smash your business goals. 1. First of all, planning is everything. Make sure you have a solid foundation for what you expect your marketing to achieve and how it will do so. Having a practical, realistic, robust yet flexible strategy is the best way to have effective social media marketing. 2. It almost goes without saying, but you need to use the best social media platforms for your audience. There is no point posting on a platform that they are not using. Figure out where your target audience exists online and curate content to suit it. 3. Post when your audience is active. There are tools you can use to schedule posts, but make sure that they appear on your audience's feed when they are looking at it. 4. Do not just post things as a business. Include a persona in your posting. This means that your post should not only be marketing, you should also be posting slightly more casually to build a connection with your audience. People want to interact with people, not accounts, so make sure that your marketing strategy allows you to be a person too. 5. Interact with your audience. In order to be successful, your audience will need to feel like they can trust you. The best way to do this is by interacting with them. Reply to comments, answer questions, and try to build a community that your audience can feel like they are a part of. 6. Make sure that you have a good quality content. Your content needs to be of good quality and enticing to your audience. Having decent quality content is the best way to grow an audience and encourage them to purchase your product. 7. Put in the effort to make your brand of good quality. Doing all of the above will take time. There's not a shortcut, nor is there an easier way. Building a strong social media presence is time-consuming and will likely not happen overnight. Setting goals and projecting where you need to be is a method that can be used to aid this. 8. Adapting and following trends. As well as, once you have the market share, creating trends. Creating hashtags, contests, and challenges when you have an engaged audience is a fantastic way to reach new people. To conclude, the biggest secret to building a good social media marketing strategy is to put in the effort. It will take work, and there's not a shortcut, but all the effort will be worth it in the end. How to check if your social media marketing is working. Analytics and metrics are the best methods for determining the success of your social media marketing strategies. This presentation will reveal how and why you should be checking your analytics to ensure that your marketing strategy is effective. Analytics can seem like a complicated thing to understand, and truthfully, they can be. If you do not have a load of experience in dealing with analytics, then it may take you a while to get the hang of it, but it is crucial that you do. In essence, your analytics show the success or the failure of your brand, so they are definitely something that you need to understand. Many social media platforms have built-in insights functions. They show you how many people are viewing your posts, as well as how many of them are liking. This proportion is essential. Seeing what percentage of your audience is seeing your posts and choosing not to engage with it is a sign that you may need to improve your content. You should analyze which posts are successful and which are not. Determine which elements of your content make something succeed or flop, and try to emulate the successful elements naturally. You should also test the click-through rate and whether it translates tangibly into sales. The most obvious analytic to track is your overall follower growth. It's normal for it to fluctuate slightly over time, but naturally, you want it to follow an upward trend. You can also check the demographic breakdown of your followers to ensure that it aligns with your target audience. If there is a discrepancy, try to determine why that could be, and then ensure that your follower count is on par with the overall engagement of your content. Additionally, you should not neglect to check trends in the wider industry. Ensure that your marketing strategy is still relevant and keeping up with broader trends, both with the industry and your audience's tastes. Do not forget also to get in on your competitors. See their analytics and how it compares to yours. How can you improve yours to beat theirs? It shows the value of your work, and often, if you plan on collaborating, other brands will request this. The building of and regularly updating your social media impressions kit is a useful way to continue to ensure that you are reaching your targets. To ensure that your analytics are on track, set tangible time-sensitive goals and track their progress. If you're scared to do so, get small goals to begin with, or break down larger goals with time increments. This will help you see exactly what you should be looking for when constructing your data analysis. You should check your analytics regularly to ensure that you are on track to meet your business goals. Making it a priority to check your progress is a great way to ensure that you are making it. Why you need to increase your engagement, not your followers. Once upon a time, many people used social media with the simple aim of gaining as many followers as possible. Having the highest possible follower count was a sign of success, and it still is. However, having a high number of followers should not be a goal of business anymore. Instead, online brands should aim to grow their quality followers, not total followers. This presentation will guide you through the most important quality of followers: engagement. The goal of a high follower count led to a lucrative, yet staggeringly obvious industry, and that is being able to purchase followers. But really, what is the point of this? Sure, it looks good. The optics of getting thousands of followers and likes may make it seem like you're successful, but are you really? Your numbers may be high, but what do they really lead to? Remember, bots have no purchasing power. They do not translate into anything. They will not interact or engage in a useful manner that will translate effectively into sales or clicks. Bot followers will not buy your products. However, do you know who will? Your audience, of course. What is more, your audience will likely recognize if you've bought your followers, as fake followers do not have the same characteristics as real followers. Having paid followers will make you come across as inauthentic and exploitative. If you're willing to purchase followers, what other shady behavior might you engage in? When it comes to social media, engagement is everything. You need to have engaged followers in order to be successful. Your audience should be liking, commenting, sharing, reposting, and taking action on your content. Ways to drive engagement include asking questions, holding competitions, polls, and replying to comments and messages. This all needs to seem natural, however, and not like you're using your audience as a tool to success. This is where a strong brand personality is a good asset to have. Of course, you should also be aiming to grow your audience, but it is more important to have high-quality followers rather than a larger quantity. Aim to have high-quality followers rather than a high number of followers. Your ratios of following to engagement should be stable and growing. This will grow your business. You should be aiming to increase traffic and have a high conversion rate. Not only do you want your followers to interact with your content, but it should also lead to sales. Your audience should be clicking as well as buying. Having targets and goals is the best way to ensure that you are succeeding. Produce your content with the aim of meeting a goal. You want the content to translate directly into sales, so include call to actions or discounts, or simply make your audience an offer that is so irresistible that they cannot turn it down. Your social media marketing strategy should include elements that drive engagement. Make sure that your audience will be engaged with the content that you're producing and yielding tangible results. Analyze past engagement and plot projected future engagement. This is the best way to grow your accounts. Easy ways to update your social media marketing strategy. The only thing that you can truly do wrong when it comes to updating your social media marketing strategy is neglecting to update or analyze your strategy. There's a chance that since you started your social media marketing, the environment has changed, and you could be a little out of date. This presentation will illuminate some ways that you can update your social media marketing strategy. First of all, you need to analyze your current strategy. Presumably, what you're doing is yielding suboptimal results. Otherwise, you would not be here. So to begin with, take a good hard look at your current strategy and results. This is known as conducting a social media audit. Some of the important elements that you'll need to consider include what is working and what is not working. Are you reaching your audience? And are they engaging with your content or ignoring you? Are you an audience on the platforms that you are using? Do they use platforms in the way that you have previously thought? How is your competition doing? You should also spend some time looking at your competition as well as your favorite brands. How do they use social media? How is it effective? What about their content makes you feel connected with them? How can you take elements of these to improve it? You'll need to have detailed answers to the above questions in order to fully get to the bottom of which elements of your strategy need to be updated. Once you know all this, you should set new goals. Decide what you want to achieve and when you want to achieve it. Setting out tangible goals with actionable steps is an effective way to make sure that you're on track to reach larger goals. Make sure that you understand your target audience. You need to understand the people you're trying to reach and how they use media. If you feel you've hit a lull, you could invest in some new visual branding. Give any logos, colors, fonts, and design choices an update. Make sure they are consistent and professional and align with the message you want to portray. You also need to ensure that the persona that is the voice or face of the brand is consistent in tone and style. Again, it should also appeal to your target audience. Track keywords, topics, and accounts. Make this a part of your tasks periodically. Don't get left behind. Make sure that you're keeping up with what is trending and effective. Create good quality content. Make sure your content or your product aligns with your brand and your audience. Your content should reflect your brand and be of high quality, including a call to action to ensure that your audience engages with it. You should also develop a posting schedule. You should post consistently and frequently, but not so often that the quality of your content suffers, to make sure that your audience consistently sees you on their feeds. Additionally, you should be engaging with your audience. Make sure you are available and accessible for them, and that your persona appeals to them. Finally, you need to evaluate and re-evaluate. Check your analytics and see whether your approach is working. Periodically evaluating your progress and goals will ensure you remain up to date and in the best control of your social media branding strategy. How collaboration can improve your social media marketing and gain new followers. An incredible form of social media marketing is collaboration. Collaborating with another creator can be a mutually beneficial method for content creation and reaching new parts of your audience. This tutorial will briefly guide you through some of the different kinds of collaborations and how they can be an asset to your social media marketing strategy. Other people in your industry are not necessarily enemies. Whilst they may be your competition, building connections and relationships with other brands is essential to longevity and gaining collaborative opportunities. You do not have to collaborate with your direct competition, but collaborating with similar, like-minded brands can open new opportunities and show your brand to new parts of your audience. In essence, you should collaborate with brands that complement yours. There are different types of collaborative campaigns. They work differently and will require different levels of effort or investment on your part, so determine which would work better for you. Partnerships. Partnerships can be longer-term ways to build connections with your industry. They will often require multiple posts over a longer period of time that will aim to build a strong, lasting connection between your audience and your partner. General collaborations. General collaborations tend to be smaller projects with a short-term goal. Often will require generating new content either for or with another brand. Cross promotions. Cross-promotions can be as simple as sharing another brand's content in exchange for them sharing yours. Often short-term, with smaller results, they are still a great form of exposure. Content placements. Placing your content within another kind of content, whether it be a showcasing of a product or sharing of post. Much like a branded laptop appearing in a movie, it can be a less obvious form of collaboration. Sponsorships. Usually paired with an ad, gaining sponsorships is a great revenue stream for you and a way to show your brand success. After all, if other brands are willing to pay you to promote their products, you must have a level of success. Beware of overwhelming your audience and doing too many. You can reach out to them to discuss possible collaborative opportunities. You could explain what you hope to gain from collaborating with them, traffic, engagement, audience growth, and what they will gain from you. Coordinate and set expectations for creations and timelines. It is essential that you have open, honest, and clear communication. If it goes poorly, you do not want to be blamed or have to stop future collaborations with others. Check their analytics and engagement, as well as the audience that they reach, and to make sure it aligns with your brand and targets. Collaboration does not always have to be an orchestrated thing of creating new content. Simply sharing content, credited of course, that similar industry players post could be a good way to build a relationship. It is important to make sure that your audience will respond well to any collaborations you undertake, so make sure the other party appeals to your audience and aligns with their values. In conclusion, collaborations are an exciting way to rejuvenate the content that you are creating. Not only can it lead to some unique content ideas for your own brand, but it can also help others. It will grow your exposure and add professionalism to your brand. So do not be afraid to collaborate. You have no idea where it could take you. 5 quick tips to set up your social media marketing. Setting up social media marketing can seem like a huge task. There are many elements that you need to consider, but setting up your social media marketing is setting your business up for success or failure. This presentation will guide you through some quick tips to setting up your social media marketing and starting your brand on its journey to success. First, you need to set goals. Think about what you would like to achieve ultimately. You can then narrow it down to smaller targets, but you should definitely outline big and small goals. A timeline could be an effective visual roadmap for where you want your brand to go and how your marketing can achieve this. You should come up with some initial numbers that you would like to reach and some steps that you can take to reach them. Preferably, you should create goals or targets with deadlines and actionable steps. Secondly, you need to define your target audience. You'll need to understand who exactly your target audience is in order to reach them effectively. First and foremost, you need to know which social media platforms that they use. Then your content can be strategically placed in places where they will see it. You also need to understand them demographically: age, location, income, values, beliefs, etc. Third, research, research, research. You need to understand your industry and competition. Determine trends and hashtags that you can take advantage of. Look into your competition and see how they are succeeded and how they are failing. Fourthly, check your analytics. If you have already begun to post, check your analytics and see the reach of your posts, who they're reaching, and does it align with your target audience, and whether they are receiving engagement. You'll need to periodically check your analytics and see if they align with your goal numbers. Are they on track? Or if not, how can you fix this? Finally, stay up to date. The biggest tip that can be given when you start or continue your social media marketing strategy is to make sure that you're staying up to date with the industry. Schedule time periodically to create new content. Check your analytics. Refer back to your goals and check in with your competition. Do not get left behind. Make sure you're staying at the top of your field and that your audience continues to remain engaged with your content. To briefly summarize, You'll be able to get the most out of your social media marketing by continuing to remain aware of it. Do not neglect it. Like a houseplant, your content should not be overwatered or neglected. It should be studied, repositioned, fertilized, and revitalized if you begin to watch it wither. How to use social media marketing to develop your brand. Social media marketing is how you stand out. Your branding will go hand in hand with your marketing strategy, using one to further the other. This means it needs to be good. This presentation will reveal how you can use social media marketing to develop your brand. First, why do you need a brand? Having a distinct brand identity is essential to succeeding in business in the era of social media. It makes you a professional, it makes you genuine, and it makes you successful. You should be aiming to generate brand awareness, brand recognition, and brand loyalty. Your audience first needs to be aware of your brand. This can occur when your social media marketing is effective at reaching your audience. Your audience should then recognize your brand. Your content should be unique and set you apart from your competition. They should be able to see a piece of content or part of an advertising campaign and recognize it as you, instantly and without question. Then, you need to create brand loyalty. The best way to do this is to build a connection with your audience. You can achieve this by being personable, likable, and interacting with your audience. Once you've established the goals of your branding, you can begin to use your marketing strategy too. Then, generate sales. To achieve these, you should first create your social media profiles and make them consistent. You should have a visual brand, being your logos, fonts, and photographs should all be consistent and appropriate for your branding. The persona that you use to post and interact with your audience should be consistent. It needs to appeal to your audience and be memorable. Your brand needs to aim towards gaining the trust and respect of your audience, so it needs to be someone that your audience wants to interact with. Your social media marketing strategy should highlight what sets you apart from your competition. What is your special sell? Make sure you emphasize this in your branding that makes it clear to your audience. An extremely effective element of branding is the ability to engage and interact with your audience. Make sure that you're available and accessible for your audience. You want them to like, comment, and share your posts, so make sure they feel like they have a good environment to do so. Of course, you need to regularly post content, and it should be good. Posting less frequently, but of higher quality would be preferred. But you still need to post frequently. If you're not posting, you are not on people's feeds. Your branding and your marketing will complement and bounce off each other. The key is understanding what you are doing and how they play together to generate, ultimately, brand loyalty. If you do not have a brand, how can you expect to reach the main goal of business, brand loyalty? The power of developing your brand to be relevant and attractive to your audience is something that should not be overlooked. Overall, brand awareness can only occur if a recognizable brand exists.